Hello everyone and welcome. So recently I exchanged some of my Deutsche Bahn reward points for two little gifts, and one of the gifts I've chosen is a portable Monopoly set. And it's written here, Zusammenbau durch Erwachsene erforderlich. So it requires some assembly by adults. And although some may disagree, I think I'm adult enough to assemble a Monopoly set. So let me just start by opening up the box and showing you the content of the box. So the first thing I have here is a game case. So it's where you can store all your tokens and all your money and cards. I think there's some things inside. Let me just open it up carefully. And inside the box, it already comes in this I think there are 36 houses here. So the green ones are houses, and there are 3 dice. And let me just set this aside. And then there are about 12. I think there are 12 hotels. And then you get 4 tokens. This is unlike the full-size monopolies that we get, but I think about 12 tokens. And so let me just show you the tokens quickly. There's a dog, and there's a car, there's a ship, and then there is a cat, so that they don't discriminate against species. And then I have a thick wad of cash. So let me just set this aside, and then you get inside the box. You also get a game board. So this game board, you need to just stick the game board onto the game case, which I'm gonna do later. And there's an instruction booklet, just in case you're unclear about some of the rules. If you haven't been playing Monopoly for a while. And of course, Monopoly need no introduction. It's one of those things that children and adults play before the days of League of Legends or Minecraft. So here I have some of the property cards. You may recognize the colors. You may be familiar with them. More property cards. And then there is a chance and community shoe cards. So then it's less like a card. So you roll 3 dice. There's let me just check. There are about 16 possibilities. 3 to 18. So you roll a die, and you roll the dice, and then you get to choose one of them. And let me just show you what else is inside. Yeah, so that's about the content of the box. So there's also a get out of jail card. I think some people may require this in real life. So I'm just set the box aside, and let me start by sticking the game board onto the case. So let me just open this up carefully. And then let me peel this off. So one side's ready, and I am going to stick the other side. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. I don't think I did a very good job. There's a little bit of space here, but I think it's close enough. Let me just try folding the case. Anyway, I'm not going to fold the case because it's going to make a very loud noise. The next thing, so now that's gone, I'm going to do the next thing, which is to remove the tokens, free the tokens from the plastic, what do you call this, plastic frame. So people who build models or Gundams may be familiar with this. One, two, another car, three, and finally the dog. And number 4. So now with this plastic part, I'm going to put this aside. And now I'm going to remove the individual cuts and arrange them according to their colors. We have a blue cut, light blue. And then we have more blue cuts here. And I'm going to put them together and set them aside. So now this is a community shoe cut, and this is a get out of jail cut. And there are 2 chance cuts here, and also for getting out of jail. I just found another community chest cut. So there are 4 in total. Set them aside, and I've also completed the brown colored properties. Set them aside, and now the pink properties. I've also found all of them here. And then what else do I have here? So the red set complete. And then so orange set. So at the back of every card, you get a mortgage price. I've got 2 mortgage prices. I'm not too sure because I haven't played the game for a long time. So let me just, I need to read up on what are the different mortgage prices for. So 2 mortgage prices are here. So I have 5 different sets ready, and now I think they belong together. Nope. So these are the yellow and green cards. And more yellow and green cards. So I'm going to arrange them quickly. And here are the cards. I'm going to set them aside. And finally, I think for those of you who are familiar with Monopoly, you probably know that the blue properties are almost always, or always, the most expensive ones here. And they cost in this game 350 and 400, well, of the in-game currency respectively. So if you get a set of these, well, it's probably very good luck. And then they are the non-area properties. For example, I have the electrical works here, and then there's a water work. And of course, the 4 different train stations. So I have all the different properties ready. So I'm just showing you one by one. Orange, and then red, light blue, brown, and pink, and yellow, green, and blue. And now the waterwork and the power plant. And finally, the train stations. So I'm gonna put the cards aside. So these are the whole stack of cards. They're not very thick, so. And let me just take, and then that you have a community chess view, and then the chance view. And then I'm just gonna take up the bag of money. I'm probably not going to dispose of the plastic bag just because the money is kind of tiny, and you know, they're easy to get lost. And it comes in a bin. And these are really tiny and not very easy to handle. I'm gonna show you. First of all, just loosen them up. So you get your $1, and then you have $5. And then you have $10. Camera is not focusing. $20. And $50. And every time you pass go, you get 2 of these $100 notes. And then if you are rich enough, you get to hold on to $500 notes. So that's another part. That's the next part. I'm gonna put it back just so that it doesn't get lost. So that's that, and let me just open up the tiny baggie with 12 hotels. I probably need a small little container to keep all of them and to prevent them from getting lost. So let me just set them down. And here's a little tiny hotel. I think after building 4 houses, you're entitled to build a hotel like this. It's very tiny. It's the prime suspect for getting lost. And finally, the last bag in this set contains about 36 pieces of green houses and 3 dice. So let me just take out the 3 die. It's a generic dice. There's not much to them. 6-sided. They do make a nice sound when they knock against each other. And finally, the houses. So I'm going to show you one of them very quickly. I think they're about the same size. They're exactly the same as actually the hotels. They're just different colored. Size wise, they're the same. There's not much to them. There's a tiny little chimney here. I'm not too sure if the camera would focus. Yes, so you can see tiny little chimney here. Just like it's a bit difficult to show on camera because of how tiny they are. So, because the camera doesn't want to focus. But anyway, I'll probably get a little baggie just to contain all of them. So that's it. That's the whole Monopoly. 4 tokens, 12 hotels, and 36 houses. And a lot of cash and property cards. So thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye. I'm already dropping a few houses. Bye.